Today's your special day, my friends, because we're going to be doing a little unboxing, if you will. Now, full disclosure, this video is not sponsored, hashtag no sponsor, and I'm going to be talking about products that we use. First things first, a lot of you, if you're a real fan or non-fan, you'll know that I film everything. 99.8% of everything that we film is on the Glidecam, specifically the Glidecam Devon Graham Signature Series. Which just so happens to be right here. So everything you see, all the smooth shots, if it's not a drone, if it's not an Inspire 2 or Phantom 4 Pro, it is being shot on the Glidecam. We are now going to be unboxing the Ronin 2. Now, a big question we get asked is why don't you use a brushless gimbal? That's what a Ronin is, that's what a Movi is. Now the reason we have stuck with this is for several different things. I think this is a much more natural, organic look compared to the Movi, or actually even compared to the Ronin that I'm going to unbox in a minute. With this, I am in full control of it. I get the exact shots that I want because I'm controlling everything. It's all mechanical. The other thing is we're very rough on our equipment. We take it all around the world, we're throwing it in our backpack, and we're hiking in 20, 30 miles. This is a lot easier to hike in than this right here. This requires a lot more work as far as any brushless gimbal out there. Third big thing is no batteries required. We already have enough batteries to charge as it is, and bringing more batteries to film shoot, it just makes things super, super complicated. The reason why we got this is for one big reason. We are making a big shift in our videos from this action sport stuff, which I love, just for the record, but my big goal is to do more Hollywood style stuff. Jurassic Park, James Bond, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, like that's the dream. To do that, I need to be doing more narrative storytelling. Now, to do more narrative storytelling, it requires a bigger crew, bigger setups, and it also requires cinema lenses. With the Glidecam, it's too hard to be pulling focus with a big focus pulling setup. And then that's why the biggest reason why we are making that shift to more of the cinema style stuff, or bigger scale stuff, is because I can't handle a big cinema lens with also all the wireless fall focus, the rails, the matte box. I can't handle that with this. This wasn't designed to handle more than 12 pounds. It's maxed out from 2 to 12 pounds. But now I'm making that shift to more cinema lenses, which are much heavier, much more expensive. We've been renting all of our cinema lenses. I'll just show you a couple setups right now so you can get an idea of the difference between a cinema setup and a non-cinema setup. So Glidecam works awesome for that, and if I had it my way, I would use Glidecam for everything because I do love that more natural, authentic, organic look. But times are changing. I want to be a little bit more in Hollywood. So we're bringing matters into our own hand, and I'm gonna be unboxing this video. Now, I don't think the sword is meant for battle. Okay, now that we just unboxed the video with the Sword of Death, we are going to pull out the scissors, which just conveniently happen to be right here. Okay, now in the actual case itself, it says Ronin on it. It is a heavy duty case. Now here is the actual part of the Ronin that you hold. So now looking over here, you got a bunch of these rails. It looks like there's 2 in here. And then there's a bunch of other doohickeys and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff is truthfully slightly over my head. So I'm gonna put it back exactly where I found it and read the instructions before I get all confused and mixed up with all this stuff. And then in here, it looks like we got what looks presentably like a base plate. So I'm gonna put that back in here. And then in here, we also have, it looks like the other half of the Ronin as far as the basic structure. So this looks like it is the base overall structure of the Ronin. So it looks like I just put them down and then I twist, and it goes right in. And this is going to be what we put the camera in the middle to get those smooth shots. This all hooks together, and it's supposed to be, it's all carbon fiber. So compared to what else is out there, this is going to be much lighter, and that's why there is definitely a little bit bigger of a price for that reason alone. So if I'm trying to travel in the middle of the jungle, this isn't going to be something that I'm going to be wanting to hike in. So some cases, this won't be an option, but when it can be an option for whenever we're doing the bigger cinematic stuff, this is the option. Now DJI, they make the Ronin, they make the Phantom, the drone cameras that you see, and the Inspire, Inspire 2, Inspire 1. So a lot of the stuff they use is going to be very similar, which is actually a good thing, so you don't have to bring a lot of different chargers or this or that. The first thing I'm noticing is the charger for the Ronin is identical to the charger of the Inspire 2. So if you have one, you have the other, and it actually, from what I read online, it uses the exact same batteries as the Inspire 2. So what else on earth is in here? So you have this, which looks like, you see right here, these are actually what the Inspire 2 batteries look like as far as what they go into. So this would be a slot to actually go on the Ronin 2 to set up the batteries. And then the actual, you got stuff like this, which I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what this is. Okay, so in here, I have no idea what some of this stuff is, but we're all learning this together. So in here, we have a bunch of cables, a bunch of different cables depending on what kind of setting we're using, setup we're using, and several different compartments with a ton of cables actually. I noticed right here, there's these two handles. So that means it looks like there's a secret compartment. Inside here, you're gonna see the brains of the operation. You're gonna see, I don't know the scientific name for it, but this looks super high-tech, state-of-the-art, and everything in between. But this is the actual brains of the operation, and there's a screen right here so you can kind of see what's going on. This is where we're gonna hook up the red camera, do all the configurations, we're gonna balance everything, but this is gonna go in the middle of all of this stuff going on right here. And we will have this set up here shortly, and we'll show you kind of what this exact setup looks like. But this is the actual brains of the operation, if you will. These are the batteries. Now, in the actual United States, if you're gonna do things legally, you can only ship 2 batteries up to a certain wattage. So when you order a Ronin 2, you'll get 2 batteries with the actual kit if you're buying the full setup that they can send in the actual box. And then I ordered a couple other batteries as well. So they sent those separately. So I got 2 more batteries. And then, like I said, these are the same batteries that the Inspire 2 uses. So we actually own another 10 more of these batteries. These batteries are a little expensive. I want to say they're around $170, give or take, $160, but they are incredible for what they do. And they're smart batteries, lithium-ion batteries. So they do very well. And then over here, there is a joystick. So any of you gamers out there, you guys know what to do. I don't know all that's involved with this, but from my understanding, the other person who's not actually holding the Ronin 2, they can be controlling a lot of the movements and stuff like this. So you can have this as a one-man show, but you can probably get a lot better shots if you're a 2-man show. So ideally, this person would have a monitor as well, so they can see exactly what the person operating is seeing as well, and they can help get those shots with this setup right here. So they have roll, tilt, pan, a bunch of other stuff, record button, so I could trigger the actual red to start recording, and then I have a joystick. So this is what's gonna give you those incredible shots and give it much more fluid look. And then you got battery chargers. This is the exact same one going back earlier to the Inspire 2 battery charger because it's using the same batteries. This is the exact same setup that comes when you are filming with the Inspire 2 as well. So this isn't too far-fetched from what I'm used to. All right, so we are back the following day after I just kind of showed you what the system was, unboxing it. I wanted to definitely show you like the final product. So this was our first time ever dealing with this system as far as setting it up. So it did take a couple hours just to get it dialed in, get it all perfectly balanced. And it actually tells you in the back on the monitor, not the monitor, but this little doohickey, how well it's balanced, and it says it is excellently balanced. So you don't have to kind of guess how well it's actually balanced. So that means when I'm filming in a car, a truck, running around, this is gonna handle it the best. Now this is definitely a little bit of a workout, but I wanted to show you, and keep in mind over the next month, I'll be doing several videos on this, talking about my actual experience with it. This is just a couple hours of experience with it, but we have it rigged up now with this system. And I was talking about this earlier, but I actually wanted to show you it before we went any further. But if someone else is controlling this, I can be over here, someone else can be over here, and they can be controlling, and it's like a joystick. So I can be looking every way you can think of, up, down, left, right. And yeah, Everything is at the palm of my hands. I can hit record right now, and it is recording right here as well, and I push it to stop it. So everything is literally at the tip of my fingers to pull everything off. Now, as I was saying earlier, the other system that we got to accommodate or assist with this, because this is a little bit heavier of a rig, is what's called a ReadyRig. And it's this strange contraption you're gonna see right here. And the only reason I even know about this company is when I went to the DJI event, when they unveiled the X7, is the owner, or one of the owners of the company, was there, and he showed me the setup, and I was like, oh, this would make my job so much easier. So I'm gonna flip my fingers in 3, 2, 1. So just like that, we have the whole rig actually set up. So this right here is gonna take all the pressure off my hands and put it in my legs, back, and shoulders. So this is gonna make my job significantly easier, especially like you just say I'm shooting a music video or I'm doing a lot longer takes. I have everything right here that I can do everything with. So that is the ReadyRig. And then we got the Ronin 2. And then we got the red Helium Super 35 camera on here right now, the 8K Super 35. So this is a setup, and actually I would never suggest this, but if I was really a one-man show, I could be doing everything like this, and it probably wouldn't look great. The good news is usually if you have a setup like this, you're gonna have multiple people helping you. This right here, you'll see this right here. If I set it down like that, I can unhook by lifting this up. Let's see if I can pull this off. But I just lift this up, and the good thing is these pop right in and out, and it's all safe. And I can just pop this off just like that. So this is the ReadyRig. This takes the burden off if you're doing anything longer than a couple seconds, because this is a heavier setup with the red camera. The great things I have found out as I've been kind of setting this up, this powers everything, including the red camera. So I don't have to have a red battery back here. Everything is being controlled by this. And also, when we hook up a wireless follow focus, once we get cinema lenses, you'll see it in one of the newer videos that we'll be coming out with within the next month, is we're gonna have like a matte box right here, the whole camera setup. But we'll also have cinema lenses with a follow focus, a matte box, and I can control all of that as well with these batteries, because the wireless follow focus, it also takes power as well. So this is the Ronin 2 setup. So, final last words. This is an incredible setup. We're super excited about it. It is in no shape or form getting rid of the Glidecam. I will be using both setups. When will I be using this? Anytime I'm traveling in anywhere remote, or anytime I'm a one-man show, or anytime where I'm not using cinema lenses, this will be my weapon of choice, or the tool that I use to tell the story, because I still do feel significantly more mobile than a heavier setup like this. Anytime I'm filming anything cinematic, in the aspect as far as putting cinema lenses on, having actual crew where we can get like super cinematic shots, which we can get with the Glidecam, but this is the setup that I'm gonna be using because I can't pull focus with the wireless follow focus setup because it gets too heavy for this. This can handle up to 12 pounds. This is a lot more than 12 pounds as far as the camera setup once I put the matte box on, wireless follow focus and all that kind of stuff. Cinema lenses are significantly heavier as well because it's much bigger glass as well. So I am in no shape or form getting rid of this. You're still gonna see me constantly shooting on the Glidecam, but you'll also, as we start doing more narrative stuff, you'll also be seeing me shooting on the Ronin. So I'm excited about both of these things. I don't want to cause any controversy with this video by saying I switched over to the Ronin. I haven't switched over. You just have different tools to tell different stories. I would strongly suggest that for anyone. Don't get set on one camera over another, certain lenses one over another. Every story you tell is different. And the best filmmakers, the best directors of photography, specifically people that are behind the camera, controlling the camera, operating the camera, or calling the shots on the lighting in camera, they use a lot of times different lenses for different jobs because they have different looks. So just knowing the different tools out there, and I just wanted to share the knowledge and personal experience that I have and why I'm using one over the other. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have links down below to the camera equipment that we use. Not the red stuff, because you actually can't buy the red stuff on Amazon. This is like a $50,000+ package. But as far as like the Glidecam, a lot of DJI products as well, all the stuff that we've actually bought from Amazon, I'll have a link down below in the description to that. We have a page set up to show you the exact equipment we use for all the stuff when we're not shooting specifically on the red, but it covers all the lenses we use as well. So link down below in the description for that. Thanks so much for watching. Over and out.